Okay, everyone, here we are. Welcome to this next video lesson. Make sure you have paper and pencil out ready to copy everything down in order for you to understand everything from the lesson, right? So here we go. So the first thing that we always do is, of course, is we're going to identify the name of this video lesson, which is called arc length and sector area. So we're going to talk about the arc length and the sector area of a circle, okay? So first thing we're going to cover is arc length. Okay, so the arc length, everybody, is pretty much what it says here. Distance from one point on the edge of a circle to another, right? So if I have a point here and I have a point there, I want to know the distance, right, between here and here. Just like that. I want to know this distance. So if you think about this as a pizza slice, a slice of pizza, I want to know how long the crust is, right? The crust. So the distance between the 2 points, or the length of this piece of arc right here, the length of the crust, right? So the way this works is, so first of all, right here, we have a couple things that we need to identify. So this is R, right? R is the radius, the distance between the center to the side of the circle is the radius, right? Represented by R, okay? The second thing that we're going to identify here is this is called theta. So this is a Greek letter. Theta means the measurement of degree of this angle here, right? Whatever measurement this angle is, that's theta, okay? So this is R and this is theta. So the way we find an arc length, okay, is we are going to multiply. So arc length is equal to 2 times, right? This is all times here. Pi, 2 times pi times r, right? And the whole thing times theta divided by 360. Because remember, an entire circle is 360 degrees, but we're only finding part of the circle right here, this part. So we only need a fraction of 360. So that's why we multiply the whole thing by 360, by theta divided by 360. Okay? Pi, remember, is the ratio between the diameter of a circle over the circumference all the way around the circle, okay? So this is how we do, right? This is how we do arc length. We're going to use this formula right here, all right? There we go. Next, we're going to learn about the sector area. So the sector area says, region bounded by 2 radii and an arc lying between the radii. What does that mean in fancy math language? Fancy math language is what it means is it's the area between the 2 radii. So this is, right? So this is one radius. This is a second radius. And this is an arc. This space in between right here, this is the sector area. So on the arc length, we found the pizza crust, right? For sector area, kiddos, we're actually going to find how much pizza, the stuff in the middle, how much area, how much space is in here, okay? So again, the two things that we need to identify is the R. R, as we said it, right, is the radius, the distance from the center to the side, right? The center of the circle to the side. And again, we are identifying theta, right? The measurement of the angle, okay? The measurement of the angle. So the way we find radius is, area, excuse me. That's why it says A, area, is equal to pi, right? Pi times r to the power of 2, and then the whole thing times theta over 360. Because again, we're only taking a small part of this circle, right? The entire circle is 360 degrees, but we're only taking part of it. So that's why we got to divide by 360. Okay? So let us take a look and let us identify the things that we need to identify. All right? So the first example says, find the length of each arc, right? In this case here, they want us to find this length. Look, it's in dark. They want us to find this length, this huge, giant pizza crust. They want us to find that huge, giant pizza crust, right? So the things that we need in order to find our giant pizza crust is we need r and we need theta, right? So we need r equals something and we need theta equals something. So what is our r here? What is the distance between the center of the circle to the side? Well, it's right here. Look at this. This is r. This is the distance between the center to the side of the circle. So r is 6. Okay? Theta is the measurement of the angle inside. Well, the measurement of this huge angle right here is 270. So this is equal to theta. So theta is 270 degrees, right? Now, kiddos, all we simply do is follow this formula right here. So we're going to say arc length, right? AL is equal to 2 times pi is pi, times r, right? R, what is our r? 6. 6 times theta divided by 360. Theta, 270, divided by 360. Look at that. That's what we need to do. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this and we're going to put this into the calculator exactly the way that we see it. Okay? So we're going to say 2 pi. Everyone see that pi symbol right there? There's pi. So let me start over again. 2 pi, right? Times 6, right? We go back and say times 6, right? And then it says, then it says parentheses 270 divided by 360. Parentheses 270 divided by 360, close parentheses. Oh, no. Go over here. There you go. I get 28.27, right? So AL is equal to 28.27. I'm going to round to the nearest tenth, so the 7 is going to tell the 2 to go up to a 3. So the arc length is equal to 28.3, and we're dealing with meters here. And there you go. That means that from here all the way around to here is 28.3 meters. There you go. That's how we find the arc length, right? We use our tools. We use what we have, right? We use the scientific calculator to do the work for us as long as we put in the right data. Okay? Let's move on here. We're going to find now the area of each sector, excuse me. So, for the area of each sector, I need the radius and I need theta. So let us find the radius and theta. So r is equal to something and theta is equal to something. Well, r is the distance between the center and the side of this circle, and this is r here. So r is equal to 11. Theta is equal to how many degrees is our sector here, and in this case our sector is all of this, 240. So our theta is 240. So what we're going to do, kiddos, is we're going to find how much space is in here. All of this right here, we're going to find how much space is in here. Okay? Then we're going to use our formula, right? So let's follow it right here. A, area, is equal to pi is pi, times r squared. R is 11 squared, parentheses, theta is 240, divided by 360. Look at that. So we're going to use our calculator. We're going to type this in exactly the way we see it. So I'm going to start with pi times 11 squared, parentheses, 240 divided by 360. I click on the end here, parentheses, and look at that. 253.42. So area is equal to 253.42. I'm going to round to the nearest tenth. The 2 is going to tell the 4 to stay 4. So our area of this pizza is equal to 23.4, what is it? Yards squared. Don't forget the square because we're dealing with area. And that, kiddos, is how we find the area of a sector. And this is how we find the area of an arc. And these are our notes. So make sure that you copied everything down the way you were supposed to. Rewind if you have to. Thank you guys for being here.